If there's one thing that Europe does really well, is offer experiences for every budget type. So if you want to do it on a budget, there are so many ways to do it affordably. And I don't mean backpacking and staying in very basic accommodation. You could still stay in cool places, eat out at restaurants, take some epic day trips and fly home feeling like you got the most out of your money. So in this video, we're going to be sharing some of our favorite ways to travel Europe and do it cheaply. Traveling during the fall or winter will generally mean cheaper flights, accommodation, and fewer crowds at popular tourist sites. You can definitely do it affordably in many countries, but some are simply more expensive than others. For example, Switzerland, even though it's small, is very pricey. On the flip side, there are countries that won't break the bank, such as Portugal, Czechia, Hungary, Poland, and Romania. Many restaurants will have a set lunch menu for a reasonable price that usually includes an appetizer, main course, and dessert. Not only is this a great way to see the main sights, but you'll hear interesting facts about the city and its history from a local guide. Countries such as Romania, Bulgaria, and Bosnia are still considered off the beaten path. Accommodation, food, and attractions are generally cheaper than in Western Europe. Plus, you'll experience unique cultures and history that you won't find anywhere else. If you're a couple, look into getting a place with a kitchen so you can cook some meals. Splitting the cost with a friend or partner is a great way to save money on accommodation and still have a comfortable space. You can also look into booking a vacation rental or Airbnb outside of the city center to save on costs. Plus, it's free. Tips are appreciated but not expected. Paying for bottled water every day will add up quickly. These items tend to be overpriced. Instead, pack some granola bars or fruit for a quick snack and pick up local snacks at the grocery store. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. They'll be cheaper, and you'll probably find items that you've never seen back home. Avoid this by bringing an empty bottle with you and filling it up throughout the day. Many European countries have safe tap water. Most guides will give you recommendations on other things to see and do based on your interests. They're also a great way to meet other travelers. Many of the most beautiful places in Europe are free to enter, like the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris or the Spanish Steps in Rome. You'll save money and see more of the city along the way, though you can rent bikes for a few hours or the entire day. And don't forget about museums. Many have free entry days, so take advantage of them. Check out our post on free walking tours around Europe here. You'll get a taste of local specialties without having to order a la carte. And you'll probably get more food than you can eat. Flights, accommodation, and tours will be more expensive if you wait till the last minute. So start planning your trip a few months in advance to get the best deals. Create a rough itinerary and book your main transport links such as flights and overnight trains as soon as possible. Then start looking for accommodation deals. Booking a few nights at a hostel or guest house will allow you to explore a city without breaking the bank. Then you can decide whether you want to extend your stay or move on to your next destination. Leftovers make for a great picnic lunch the next day. Or for a more local perspective, check out our video on how to travel the world for less than $100 a night. When booking trains or hotels, you may have to pay extra fees to a third party to secure the reservation. Sometimes you can get exclusive discounts by booking directly. That goes for flights too. Many budget airlines require you to book your ticket on their website, and you and be able to add extras, like checked bags or seat selection on third-party sites. Shoulder seasons are spring, May, June, September, and October. We love traveling to Europe in May because the weather is usually nice and warm, but the summer crowds haven't arrived yet. Buy a transit pass instead of taking taxis everywhere. While taxis are convenient, they can add up quickly. Many European cities are pedestrian zones, so walking is a great way to get around too. Cities like Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and Vienna are very bike-friendly. So rent a bike if you're able to get from point A to B without polluting and burning calories. We also enjoy September because the summer heat has subsided, and the prices are going back down now that kids are heading back to school. The winter season is obviously from October to April. Some destinations like Paris and Rome might be cold and rainy, but other places like Malta and Seville are sunny and warm. Plus, Christmas markets are amazing. One of our top tips to travel Europe on a budget is to jump on the bus. And yes, that is true if you wait till the last minute to book. Hostels are an excellent way to meet other travelers and save money on accommodation. Street food is another way to sample local flavors without spending a lot of money. Try a Croatian hamburger called a manij, or Turkish kebab called a manij. Or head into the local grocery store to pick up ingredients to make a picnic lunch. In France, you can find ready-made salads and sandwiches at the supermarket, perfect for a picnic in the park. Or if you're in Italy, grab some fresh mozzarella, salami, and crusty bread for an authentic Italian picnic. While some are more basic, there are plenty of modern and comfortable options, including ones with private rooms. Check out our video on why hostels are worth considering. Family-run guest houses are another great way to experience a destination like a local while saving money. These often double as apartments or rooms in the owner's house. You'll have access to the kitchen, which will allow you to prepare your own meals, which is a great way to save money when traveling. Or look into couch surfing as an option to stay somewhere for free and meet locals. But if you're flexible and looking a few months out, you can score some seriously good deals. Ryanair, EasyJet, and Vueling are just a few of those airlines that you can find cheap flights on. We recently found a flight from Paris to Malta with Ryanair that was only €15 each way. But you're not going to get that price if you're waiting until the last minute. There are some fantastic companies like Flixbus that go all around Europe, and they have super cheap fares. We love taking trains in Europe because they're usually on time. They're comfortable and they can take you to some truly scenic places. If you book train tickets in advance, you can often snag a cheaper fare. There are also special deals and passes for certain groups of people, such as youth, students, and seniors. Night trains are another great option to consider, especially if you want to save on accommodation costs. This is also a great way to wake up in a new city. No need to book a hotel for the night. Instead, opt for a comfy sleeper train and arrive somewhere else by morning. So win-win. We've done this ourselves and traveled between Italy and Austria on a bus, and it was super comfortable. It took us about 9 hours, but it was only €30 per person. Train would have cost upwards of €100. The next way to travel Europe cheaply is to book a budget airline. Now we know what you're thinking. Budget airlines are getting super expensive these days. Another way to get around Europe without breaking the bank is to hop on a train. Our next tip to travel Europe on a budget is to visit during the off-season or shoulder season. A great way to travel Europe on a budget is to choose where you go wisely. The next tip to travel Europe on a budget is to stay in hostels. Picnic with groceries from the supermarket instead of eating out for every meal. And speaking of food, another tip to travel Europe on a budget is to try the plat du jour or menu of the day. Take advantage of free walking tours in most major cities. If you're traveling through multiple countries, stick to the eastern side of the continent. A great tip for traveling Europe on a budget is to use public transportation. Another tip to travel Europe affordably is to book your tickets directly from official websites. If you're traveling with someone else, share a room or apartment to split the cost. Bring a reusable water bottle and fill it up in the morning at your hotel or Airbnb. If you're visiting famous landmarks and attractions, skip the souvenir shops near the sites and bring your own snacks. Visit parks, churches, and other public spaces to enjoy the outdoors and stretch your legs. Consider biking or walking instead of taking public transportation for short distances. And lastly, perhaps the most important tip for traveling Europe on a budget is to plan and book in advance. Have you visited Europe on a budget? Share your tips below to help other travelers.